Hi everybody, Amy Bowker from amybowker.com and the founder of Resilient Rebels. Today's video is going to be about teaching, obviously, but when I think about teaching, I really think about overwhelm. I think that's my key word for teaching. I find teaching very overwhelming. We have so many students, we have so much to do, we have so much to cover, but we also have their real needs to cover and behaviors and all the stuff going on while we have to actually teach. That sometimes doesn't happen. So I find it really overwhelming. I would say that's my key word. And I find that a lot of the teaching planners that are out just focus on lesson planning, right? On planning our curriculum and our lesson planning, but it doesn't really cover anything about us being human. We sort of forget that teachers are human. We don't think about that. People refer to teachers as superheroes, which is very kind and, I'm sure has really good intentions. But the fact is, we're not superheroes. We are unfortunately human, just like everyone else, and we need rest, we need boundaries, we need to take care of ourselves because we do have this super load, right? Superhero super load. So it's really something that I think we've sort of forgotten in the teaching profession, and we're sort of slowly coming back to. We're talking about mental health more, which is really good. But we're not really setting up teachers for success to actually take care of themselves. And the year is long, right? Like, yes, it's 10 months. And yes, we had our summers off. But by the time the summer comes around, we are so done that we just need to fall on a couch and fall asleep for a month. And that shouldn't be the way, right? We should be actively taking care of ourselves. We should have a sustainable load. We should, right? We can keep on saying what we should have. We should have a manageable workload with children, right? We should have 20 kids instead of 40 kids. There's lots of shoulds, but the shoulds, I fear, have been steadily getting worse, right? We have less money, we have less support, we have more students to take care of. We have more random things that they're throwing at us to do, new curriculum that we don't get training for. And I fear with this political climate that unfortunately next year is going to be, one of the hardest years for our teachers coming up. And so I really want to think about how we can plan for success for us to take care of us. And that's something that I've really needed to think about, is taking care of myself throughout the school year, because not that I'm a perfectionist, but I think we all care so deeply. And that is something that I struggle with. I care so deeply about my students, and it feels at times like I'm the only one there for them. So you sort of bend over backwards, you do everything you can for them. And that really does take us into burnout, right? We can't, it's such an emotional job, physical job, spiritual job. It's such a all-encompassing job that we really do need to take the best care of ourselves. And I think that most planners just focus on the lesson planning or endless tasks we have to do, the to-do, and it never stops, right? It's just there's always something to do, there's always something to work on. Your to-do list is never ever done. I've never had it done. And I think that's something really important for us to discuss and think about, because we don't have to do it all, right? We get to choose, how we plan our classes, the routines we do, what we cover. Yes, we have to cover our curriculum as much as possible, but the way that we do it, the depth we do it, all of the decisions are ours. So we really need to think about how we need to take care of ourselves and then plan for our students in our classrooms. I think traditional planners really forget what is number one priority, which is us. We should be number one priority when we are planning for our year, because without us, the classroom doesn't happen. Yes, there's a supply teacher, but we all know that when supply teachers come in, it's craziness. So we really do make a difference for our students and for the classroom to run the best. But in order to do that, in order to be there day after day after day after day, we have to take care of ourselves. And that's something I think we're forgetting about. We don't talk about our energy, our capacity. That's something that I've really been thinking about, our capacity, boundaries, personal life, things that are going on outside of the classroom. We're just not a teacher. Yes, people think we are. Yes, the students think we sleep at our school, but we are actually real people with real jobs and real lives, and have to get food and have to do chores and have to take care of our kids or our animals or whatever you have going on. Hopefully you have some extracurriculars as well, some hobbies that you'd like to take care of, right? That you like to do for self-care. So there really is such a broad picture to this, and we really do need to have something to incorporate all of us, right? Like there's not just the teaching aspect. And I think we really need to get out of the, I'm just a teacher, because it does feel that way. In September, like I've heard my teacher friends say, like they say goodbye to their real friends and say like, see you in July, because they don't have time. They don't have energy to meet with those friends. And that's just really crappy, to be honest. Like I totally understand the way that what they're saying, but we're not fueling like our lives. We're just like putting them on hold, and that doesn't make us feel good. Like when I get together with my girlfriends, it gives me energy. Like, yes, I'm exhausted going there, but when I see them and I give them hugs and we talk about everything, like I feel so much better when I'm leaving, and it just it fuels me for more. So when I've been planning in normal planners that I use, I feel like I'm just basically tracking my stress, right? Like tracking how much I have to do, how stressed I am, how overwhelmed I am. And by planning all the time with the lessons, you're really just continually overwhelming yourself. You're not reducing the stress. Yes, I tend to plan for the crazy, so I'm a really big planner, but you can't continue to plan and the stress doesn't get smaller, right? Like it really just keeps being there. So I think we used to think about how do we fit everything in to our school year and into our planner? How do we jam it all in so that everything fits? But we really have to start thinking about like what actually matters here, right? What actually matters for this grade? Like what is the key, some of the key things they really have to take away. So like, for example, and this might be wrong curriculum wise, but grade 3, they start learning about multiplication. Maybe I really want to focus on multiplication throughout the whole year. So we could do a whole thing about multiplication, routines, practicing, mad minutes or whatever, and play games with multiplication throughout the year. So that could be something that's like very repetitive that we do, because I know it's something that I really want to like instill in them. So thinking about what actually matters in the curriculum and what matters to you, right? Like what is your thing that gives you joy to become a teacher? Were you like a book nerd like me? Do you want to read like a picture book every day? Or do you want to teach every lesson using picture books? Or do you want to have novel studies? Or do you want to do STEM challenges every week? Like what is going to fuel you up? That's going to make you feel really jazzed about teaching. That's really important too. And then we have to think about what is actually sustainable. What is sustainable for our energy? Every day we are there, right? We are there with so much going on, so much overwhelm, so many things happening all at once, emails and all that stuff. What is sustainable to actually do, right? To actually maintain like hopefully low stress levels so that we can make it for the whole year. So something that I'm trying to do more is take care of myself first. And that's really, really hard to do, but it really does require pre-planning. And that's why the new planner that I've made, the Resilient Rebel Teacher Planner for 2026 to 2027, in the front of it, it has a bunch of like pre-prep, let's say. And it doesn't talk about students at all. It's not about, our class lists or what grade we're teaching. It has nothing to do with that. It's all about us and how we want to feel and what we need throughout the year. So he talks about self-care. It actually has every month, it has a calendar, and then on the side it has different kinds of self-care that you need to have. So you need to have some physical, spiritual, financial, like it has all of them listed. So you can really like map that out and make sure you're hitting all your different kinds of self-care so you're feeling your best, right? And then it goes on to boundaries. So I call them edu boundaries, but this job will never stop. This job will always expand to the hours you give it. Always. Like you could plan a lesson, you could plan a unit for an hour, you could plan a unit for, I don't know, like months, really. So you really need to define what that looks like. What time are you going to be leaving at school? What time are you going to be coming in? How are you going to be spending your breaks? What do you actually need to do? So I used to go on my screens. I used to go on my phone and just scroll. That's not letting your brain rest, right? Your brain's still going. Your body might be sitting down and resting, but your brain is still on. And I found that really affected my capacity. I couldn't really think. Like my brain sort of went, because my capacity was just shot because I had been never really giving it a break. So that's something that I really want to work on coming forward to the next year, is maybe reading or just like sitting there, closed eyes, or turning off the lights, or meditating, or going for a walk, right? Like really giving myself what I need, eating like nutritious food, whatever that may be. Yeah, maybe even something that I find that I do is when I'm on my phone, I just click all the emails. So I have 3 emails right now, and I literally go like 1 email, 2 email, 3 emails, and I check them over and over, like probably 8 times a day. I'm not even really working right now, so I don't know why I'm checking them so much. But I find even when we're teaching, if we have that on our phone, we check it all the time. It's just something we do. And I think it's really important to set expectations with your parents and with your students of like, I check my emails during work times. I've said before that I check them in the morning and check them right after school, and that's it. And then I go home and they know that I'm not going to be checking my emails because I'm at home with my family, and hopefully they're hanging out with their family. But having those expectations and those boundaries communicated at the beginning of the school year with your families, I think just makes it really clear and easy. And so they really know what to expect. I actually had a parent email me once, and I was like, oh, sorry, I didn't get back, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, I know, you answer them at 8:30. And I was like, okay, like they get it, right? Hopefully. So I think setting those expectations even before you start your school year so that you can clearly communicate them with colleagues, parents, even put them in your email signature, is really helpful for you to stick to, and also for the parents and anyone trying to contact you. So we have boundaries, we have self-care, we have boundaries, and then the last one is mission statement. So what kind of teacher do you want to be? Do you want to be a yelling teacher that screams at all the kids? Or do you want to be like calm and chill and have fun with your students and be able to be present? That's how I want to be. but that means that I have to be at my best too, right? Like I can't be highly stressed, or I'm not going to be able to be like laughing with them. So being present means I'm not on my computer checking my emails when we're doing something. I'm going to try my best to be there so that they know that I'm there and that they're important to me. But all these things are going to be pre-thought out before we even start looking at our school year. We don't care about the school year right now. We care about us and making teaching sustainable, making sure our capacity is good, making sure we are good for the school year, because every school year is tough. I've never had a school year when it's been like, that was a great year, nothing bad happened, right? There's always something. There's always like, not just something, like a million different things happening. And we do have to be at our best. We need to be supported. And I think the way we're going to support each other is through taking care of ourselves and also our colleagues and friends and our families. So I'm really, really excited to use this planner, because I think it's going to really push me to be my best this upcoming year. And I think it's going to make sure that I'm at my best throughout the year as well. I think for me, I have ADHD, so I plan really, really great things, and then I sort of forget. Well, I actually always forget. And so this planner set up that we do the pre-work, you set it up, and then every month you have monthly goals, and then at the end of the month you have monthly reflections. So that way that we can look back and be like, okay, did I maintain my boundaries? Did I actually take care of myself? And if we've sort of forgotten that, which I will do for sure during the year, we can fix that for the next month and go forward. I think it's so important that we prioritize ourselves, because honestly, like in this profession, nobody prioritizes us. So I think it's really important that we take care of ourselves first. If you have any questions about anything that I talked about or the planner, I'd love to know. So please put them in the comments. And the planner is actually on sale on Amazon. If you search my name, Amy E. Bowker, it will pop up. There's 5 different covers. And it's also on sale on my website. It's the printable copy. So if you want to print it at home, it's like half the price. But so let me know if you have any questions. I'd love to know. And I hope this was really helpful to think about putting yourself first. We really, really need to take care of ourselves first so that we are good. We can show up well for our students and our school and be our best. Hope this was helpful. Talk to you soon. Bye.